Now from my fuller scale collection called Inside Out, Upside Down, Round and Round from Nerala Publications, I have a few pieces. Catherine did a poem on Hera and Zeus. This poem is about Persephone, as you'll figure out. It's very short, and it's called Cora in Palm Beach. She never really liked oranges, but once while eating one, she accidentally swallowed 6 seeds. She now spends half the year in Florida. And this next poem is about the goddess Demeter. This was just accepted by Potnia, which is a magazine devoted to Greek goddesses and that sort of thing. I tend not to write about classics, but just recently I've been doing so.
Potnia is pre-classical, though, right?
Oh, well, all that stuff goes back to the pre-classical period.
I mean, mostly the name usually shows up in Mycenaean texts.
Yeah, Demeter, all of those, yeah. Earth Mother, basically. So this is Dee, that's pre-classical, that's pretty archaic, or pre-archaic. It's Minoan and so forth. Dee in the Void, for Anne Carson. And the epigraph comes from Ali Chumacero Lora's El viaje de al tribu. Impulsa la superbia, el salto hacia el vacío. 1. Spending her adolescent daughter's birthday in Georgetown on the telephone, trying to get to her ex-husband in Rome to call back, she leaves the door open, shouts and cries. Her daughter split in half across an ocean and time. Who left the window open? Did you see what she did? 2. Indigitamenta of Demeter and Ceres. Agnipe, nightmare. Potnia, mistress. Despoina, mistress of the house. Desmophoros, giver of customs. Erinis, implacable. Chloe, green shoot. Chthоnia, she of the ground. Anesidora, sending up gifts from the earth. Europa, she of the wide eyes. Kidaria, she of the tiara. Vervactor, she who plows. Reparator, she who prepares the earth. Imporcitor, she who plows with a wide furrow. Incitor, she who plants seeds. Oberator, she who traces the first plowing. Ocator, she who harrows. Servitor, she who digs. Subruncinator, she who weeds. Messor, she who reaps. Convector, she who carries the grain. Conditor, she who stores the grain. Promitor, she who distributes the grain. 3. So the land grows dark, the dark earth rises, the pools turn to tarns and take turns, the cranes in the vast sky fly past Hadley and Leeds. The dam bleeds out, bad to worse, the shuttles from the looms scuttle no more. There a half-built treehouse above the flood, freezing, still almost. 4. Leap into the void. International Klein Blue. Into the artist's shit. Into Galeria Blue. Into pink. Gold. 5. Pardon my fall, my slip, my fall. But skiing's not for me or us. I just want her back. My daughter. And now that was Greek mythology. This is sort of from that misty, distant period in Chinese history. It's called Petty Jealousy in the Court. I think one of the worst things that happened with the fall of the Chinese Empire and the rise of communism is the cessation and the abolition of the practice of foot binding. It really reached every aspect of Chinese civilization and culture. And this is set in that distant period. Petty jealousy in the court. Madam Ping and Lady Pang, two lush and blushing lotus buds, amid the blowing poppies and chrysanthemums, persimmon trees and peonies, peach blossoms and cherry inflorescence, luscious lychees, jujubes, of the humid hothouse garden hall, the winding cat house colonnade, the great house of the master's seat, recline across the jade and ivory tabletop. They speak of old men, fathers, months, and mothers, of dogs and youths and brothers, of strength and quarrels, of jaws and household gods, of rains and snows, of Nephrites and aristocrats, avoiding talk of little feet, lotus slippers and plump dumplings, of on the palm of the hand, on the shoulder, and on the seat of a swing, of within the blankets, within the stirrup, and within the snow, of below the screen, below the curtain, and below the fence, the jiggling gate, the jade horse ornaments, the jingle bells upon the tiny heels, of the afternoon the servants heard the master cry out, naked, spent, before the slipper closet in the third wife's hall, of the muted mania for Ceres silk stitch across pale pink plush, of the first fumblings in the bath to wash the seed and spittle out, and then, as when a tiny foot shoots soft and slowly through the curtains of the boudoir couch, Lady Pang, across their dainty court, to Madam Ping, pronounces, I know, that you know, that I know, that you know, that although you are primary consort, and I am only fifth wife, my feet are smaller than yours. Man, I've just a few more here. This is called Her, and it's based on a couple of works of art, one of which is Amadeo Modigliani's The Grand Nude, which hangs at the MoMA up on 53rd Street, and also two works by Richard Hamilton. He's the actual founder of pop art, born in Britain and lived in Britain his whole life, and he really is the founder before any Americans were doing it. And so this is called Her. And one thing to say is that in one of his canvases with collage called She, and also in Hers is a Lush Situation, he takes the lips of Sophia Loren and collages them where the woman's lips would be in the car, from the advertisement from which he got this idea. Her. Hers is a lush situation. She hangs on the northern wall and lies lusciously long and languid, a lean Lombard loved by the north wind who blows over her and covers her, tingling her nipples, her aureola borealis. Outside, the snow falls and the chill spills over the wall onto the floor, and the cold melts into warmth as Milano melts into Napoli, erupting in Pozzuoli. Pozzuoli, of course, is what gives us the concrete that sets in water, and it also gives us Sophia Loren. And now we have a very